Okay, there we go.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. And welcome to the Jackson County Board of Supervisors meeting for Thursday, January 2nd of 2025. And welcome, everyone. First on our agenda today is the swearing in of elected officials. So we will do that if
Raise your right hand.
I got it.
I state your name, do solemnly swear
I, Mike Steinitz, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties
discharge all the duties
of the office of Board of Supervisors, District 1,
of the office of the Board of Supervisors, District 1, Jackson County, Iowa,
Jackson County, as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law. Thank you very much.
Whoa. That's what came us. All right. I state your name,
I, Elisa Smith,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of the office of County Auditor
discharge the duties of the County Auditor
in Jackson County as
I'm
now
married to the
or
auditor.
hereafter required by law. In Jackson County
in Jackson County
as now or hereafter
as now or hereafter
required by law.
required by law.
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Mike.
Thank you.
And I guess we'll wait on the next. Thank you. Thank you, Beth.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mike also.
Yeah, very proud.
Oh, thanks.
All right, thank you, Beth. All right, next on our agenda is Luann, our Executive Assistant. Got growly this morning. Yeah, I don't know.
You need some of the, there's the throat.
Better than whatever y'all else said today. I should have doctored that up. Good morning, Happy New Year.
Good morning, happy New Year. Okay, I think we'll start out, because I'm on here twice today, so the only thing we need to do right now is we need to elect our new chair and vice chair for 2025. So.
Okay, so the process normally would, the chair usually is the chair for 2 years, correct? Or
Chair's
that's,
usually
I guess
for
that's not
2 years.
necessarily set in stone either, but.
It can be done every year if you want it to be. We usually do it every 2 years.
So does this take a motion or does this,
I think it's always been done by motion.
This will take a motion.
okay, so as it stands right now, I'm the chair and Don's the vice chair, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So who makes the motion? Do I have to step down?
Somebody needs to make a motion. It doesn't matter. I mean, technically you are and you aren't the chair.
Because of the new year. Well, then I would make a motion that Don Schwenker be appointed as the chair of the Jackson County Board of Supervisors and then Flegel as the vice chair of the Jackson County Board of Supervisors, so willing.
Second that. I guess.
I have a motion and a second to appoint Don Schwenker as the chair of the Jackson County Board and then as vice chair. All those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed.
There should have been a little discussion there. Is it maybe even a phone call?
Is there any other
I
discussion?
don't know.
Any further discussion? Motion passed. Congratulations, both of you. I'd just like to say, I thank you for the opportunity to be your chair. After age creeps up on you, you need to get a little sensitive, you know? No, I want to thank you for allowing me to be your chair spokesman for the last couple of years, and I took the job very serious, and I respected it, and I hope it will give all my support to Don and then moving forward. Thank you.
Well, I can say I appreciate the wisdom and guidance over the last couple of years, trying to come in. It's been difficult, the transition from past experience to now, but it's been fun and you've had vital input to help us figure things out. So
We will move forward.
We'll
Thank
talk
you.
about the blind side.
So at this point, I will turn it over to Don.
All right. All right, next on the agenda would be Lisa Smith, Jackson County Auditor.
So good morning. This morning I need a motion to approve the minutes of the December 17th, 2024 board proceeding as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers. So moved.
Second,
You got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the auditors. You got a printout?
I don't have your,
Well, unfortunately, I
As stated.
had a phone call this morning, so unfortunately I did not print out my agenda because I'm doing the same thing as you, John and Min. So, yeah, it's 180,000 excuse me, for those minutes is December 17th.
Approve the motion as presented.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants in the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $180,279.96.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve the auditor's office to issue warrants and publications for claims and listings in the amount of $180,279.96. Any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I need a motion to accept and place on file and authorize the chair and auditor signatures on the county recorder's report of fees collected for the month of December 2024 in the amount of $43,694.70.
So moved.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve, accept, place on file and authorize chair and auditor signatures for county recorder reports for fees collected in the month of December 2024 in the amount of $694.70. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And as we all know, that the governor has called, got your problem. As we all know that the governor has called for a special election on Tuesday, January 28th. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. And because this is called by the governor, it is on the fast track. It is by code that says that this election has to be canvassed on Thursday, January 30th, 2025. And I understand now that you all will be in Des Moines, but we do need to at least set the time of the canvass. So you tell me, and if this is a statewide supervisors meeting, I will get a hold of the Secretary of State's office to see if we can canvass, all three of you, if we can canvass over the phone, or if not, I will be in person so we can deliver the paperwork to the Secretary of State's office. But at least let's set the time. So we've got, you know.
Those,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as your perspective, does the time,
It's really up to you. I mean, it really is. If I'm coming to Des Moines, 1 o'clock, it doesn't really matter.
Say, let's set it at 1 o'clock, that way, it allows, because when we set it 3 or 4 in the afternoon, bearing weather, you wouldn't want to be traveling back after dark, so it would be easiest, and I know there's some leeway depending, because I think there's open discussion and stuff towards the end.
1:30 to 2 is a refreshment thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, from 1:30 to 2 is a refreshment break, so we
so,
could do it in that time, otherwise we'll be done by 3.
see if we
I
do
would
it
make
at 1
that
o'clock, we'll
motion.
be all done, and then we can have refreshments.
I would make that motion that we canvass, set the election canvas for, January 30th at 1 PM.
Yep.
Site to be determined.
Yeah.
That was a motion.
I'll second that, sorry.
We have a motion to set the canvassing for the special election to be January 30th at 1 PM at a location to be determined in Des Moines. Any other discussion?
You'll get back with us on.
I will. I'll make the call as soon
Then
as.
we'll figure out where we're at.
Yeah, and like I said, if I have to, it's not that big of a deal. It's fine.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Just as a kind of an update, we did get keys. We did get the senior center rekeyed last Friday. Keys were handed out to 6 individuals. So at least we've got that process started. I have taken care of the water, sewer, and the lights. I did not receive a phone call from Black Hills Energy, which I thought was kind of odd that they wouldn't get approval to go ahead and switch that account over to us. But I guess the thing that when I was down there on Friday handing out keys, and I didn't even know about this, it never even dawned on me. The pest control people were there. So again, do we want pest control down there? And I did receive, one of the concerns that the ladies had down at the senior center is the cleaning. They don't want to do the cleaning, so we need to make some movement, I guess, when it comes to cleaning. We need to make a decision on pest control. And I did receive a phone call. I talked to Janet Bowles last week sometime. Probably was on the phone for about an hour with her, and she wants to know where you're at with the lease or the agreement. I wasn't really sure what to tell her, so I said I would bring it up to you and that we would be moving forward with whatever. So we did not give a key to anyone through any reaction.
The one thing, and this is just refreshing my memory with the NEI 3A is, did they actually spell out exactly what they are looking for in terms of their ask in the lease? Because I don't really, they want to sign a lease, but I don't just want to say, okay, for $200, you can use this as much. You can, I want it like timeframes, because if they say $100 and then they just start saying, well, we're gonna come down, we're gonna do this, and all of a sudden they're using it a lot. Well, that doesn't necessarily equate. And I don't defer to you guys. Am I wrong in that? I don't
Well, I think
remember what they.
We certainly have to have some parameters in there, some terms, whether it be the length,
So
of
much-
course.
so much an hour
The
or-
amount or the length, the time frame, and then,
I mean, they gave us their generic one, but it didn't really spell out any fees that they.
Oh, so they did email you a generic
No, when
agreement?
he
No,
was
he
here
handed
that
one
day,
out
he
that was
handed-
just
Oh, okay.
plug
But it
and
was-
play Jackson County.
Oh, okay.
We pay a couple $100
Yeah,
and,
But
yeah.
it
You know.
didn't really spell out whether they pay it by event or whether they do a monthly fee or.
Well, she just wanted to know where you were at, and I said, well, for one thing, we've been on break for a couple of weeks, so I said,
We're not
probably
heading
in the
anywhere.
same spot as the day that you left. I said, I don't believe that they've had time to talk about it, so I just said that I would mention it to you today, and that,
well, we certainly have to consider our expenses, I think, Don, don't we? I mean, if we got cleaning here all of a sudden that we weren't budgeted for,
right.
and pest control.
and pest control and,
Well, I guess with coming into budget season or whatever, I'd like to know what they were paying for in cleaning services, because now with the addition of the new jail and cleaning services and things like that, we gotta start looking what would be the best way to tackle this and how we could maybe there's some way, different ways we could look at handling that versus trying to contract out and.
I know that their current cleaning service was $35 an hour.
But
So
how many
I
times, were
done
they there
nothing.
once a week? Were they there twice a week?
You know, what is it, every other week for 2 hours?
Okay.
Yeah, so. But again,
$40 a month.
140 a month, and So again, and you know, then the next thing, and I know that that we have to consider is which department do you want to start paying these expenses?
Yeah.
Unbudgeted.
Well, yeah, and
I
I'm
mean,
sure our maintenance doesn't have room,
That's the question. We're not there yet, but
No.
that's the question.
and I'm sure they don't have time either.
Well, that's something we also need to address coming into the budget season going forward. I mean, not only where does this come out unbudgeted for this year,
Right.
but going forward in the next year, how do we handle that?
So with that being said, who has the cleaning contract signed with them?
I don't know if it really was a contract.
I mean, I didn't sign nothing.
Did you get a phone call from the garbage people?
No,
Okay, well, I gave them your number.
thanks.
And
That's who, is that different? You probably
No.
purposely didn't go.
No, because I thought that their fee that currently, I thought that the fee that the senior center was paying seemed a little high. So anyway, they called me, and I said I couldn't make that decision. I said, talk to Mike. And, that's been a week ago, I think. We're kind of all goofed up on our.
I think we need to consider a lot of things here. We got expenses here that
We do.
we didn't agree upon. I mean, as a
Yeah.
board, we didn't agree upon when it was, you know, if they have a contract for the garbage, if they have a contract for pest control, that to me, that's their baby to the end of the fiscal year.
I know that in visiting with the pest control gentleman was that he said that they received the notice that they were canceling their lease and he was going to be picking up their equipment that was at the senior center. So I believe probably next week, he will be picking up whatever is their equipment at the senior center. And I think that he, you know, probably did pest control and bugs but I told him that I
We have
wasn't.
pest control here.
Mhm.
So is it the same?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
Well, if we're going to, I would think our renewal, whatever it is there a contract on the pest control?
To me, it would appear that there is not because they were willing to pick their equipment up.
Then I guess if any I3A cancel it with them, that's, maybe the
Basically, what I
bugs won't
said to
come
the
around till
ladies
July.
is, well, you know what, we're giving you lights, water, sewer, you know.
Again, and I had talked to one of the board members and said, you know, there are things that need to be, because they are collecting revenue and things like that. So maybe the senior board, and that needs to be negotiated in our lease as far as what they can pick up versus what we have to carry, you know. And, you know, if we're doing utilities, a lot of these other things, I don't think should be out of the realm of asking the board if they're collecting, you know, $200-300 a month in rent from the quilting clubs and different things like that. Some of that cleaning, you know, we're not talking extravagant fees, you know, whether it be garbage, cleaning, things like that, pest control, that's something they should be able to maintain, especially when you hear what kind of budgets they may have on hand.
I know there was some issues with the phone and the Wi-Fi, and I just said that wasn't something that I was really wanting to talk about, because it's more of a board decision, what you believe that the county needs to supply.
So not only our board, but senior citizen board.
Right.
I mean, they need to, when they were here last, I think we agree that we said, hey, we gotta get all the players involved. Who's playing the game? You
I
know?
think the senior center board, I think is meeting maybe next week, and
Well,
maybe.
they need to
something will-
discuss.
That's what I'm hoping.
Do you got a list of everything that you've heard, you understand so far as utilities and trash and
I do have,
Wi-Fi?
yeah, I do have.
You know, cause that's something, maybe email it to us and we can take kind of just a synopsis of what we think should be paid for and not paid for by us and what should be
I
paid for.
did not
by-
authorize Wi-Fi. I said that wasn't, in
I don't
my,
think that's a
I didn't
necessity
think that was
for
a
us to
utility. I
supply.
think that's the way I looked at it, is it wasn't a utility. So, I did not, I said, you guys are kind of on your own there. That's who they had, was MediaCom. I said, you know, that's your decision, not ours, and I would suggest that you look for another provider.
So, you know, like I say,
Yeah,
if we're picking up gas and electric and things like that, I think
The main utilities
the
that
main
you have to
utilities,
have.
the other things should be able to be clear to the senior center.
yeah, they were pretty concerned about cleaning.
Well,
I said, we haven't looked into it. I have no figures, you know, as far as if we do another agency of some sort. So,
Okay.
okay, all right, thank you. That's all that I have for the board today.
Maybe that should be a work session. Well, when they come in, can we just go? We can't make decisions during work sessions, but after that, we
I think
got,
you can at least
Discuss.
discuss it, yeah.
yeah.
They're
I
gonna
mean,
be,
I think it's part of the budget, so
yeah,
it's gonna be either way part of our budget, so we have to discuss it.
Yeah.
So then going forward with NEI 3A, do we wanna also set up another work session with them?
So honestly, I think, and I don't know, I mean, Lisa has reached out to Bellevue. I know they've got an agreement with them, you know, if it's something we can plagiarize or off of, or, you know, if we agree to it.
I
Did you
just
send
told,
that to us?
I gave it to you a couple
Okay.
weeks ago, but I can, do I need to go back and find it and send it? I can.
I don't think it was just a paper copy thing, so.
I didn't receive anything from NEI.
No, Mark just handed out like a paper copy thing at the last day. Maybe we did talk to Bellevue and just. Like,
She already
did.
I
Okay,
have that. Cause I did reach out to
Yeah.
Bill to
So
see what
maybe
was,
if you can refine that and send
I
it
can
to all
do that.
three of us.
yeah, I can do that.
We can decide from there how we.
Yeah, because it is a very basic. The only thing I did say to everybody, you know, because they were asking the ladies that I was visiting with on last week, they were asking about some insurance issues. And I said, you know what? That's not a county thing. You need to resolve that with your insurance agent. You know, like if, they rent it out for a family reunion.
mhm.
Whose insurance, you know, I mean, there was just all kinds of questions. There was good dialogue. And I said, that is for your insurance agent. You need to talk to your insurance agent. So,
I wish John would have stuck around. I'd like to know where we're at as far as formulating, because to me, we need a lease between us and the senior center board as much as we have a lease between us and the Together We Build board about, to me, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we.
You
have-
know, and we hand over
And the mayor.
management to the senior center board. And then how they deal with it it's the same as what Together We Build is doing with the fairgrounds or the extension office, things like, to me, it's the same framework. We need to,
I would agree.
and that shouldn't be a hard lease to write.
I
So
didn't think so.
we need to get that,
I would agree.
we need to get.
We get the terms figured
I
out.
need to talk to John, after the meeting, so I can ask him if we're still if you're all still.
But
in,
yeah,
maybe.
we do need to figure out who's paying for what and just put that in the lease and we should be able to get that done. And then to me, NEI 3A should then have to contract through the senior center board.
Yeah, that'd be like a sublease.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And they can use that to pay for whatever utilities we tell them they're gonna pay for, you know? Cause again, so,
well, I do have all of the utilities coming here. I didn't want anything to be missed.
Yeah.
And not paid for, so.
well, I mean, trash, Wi-Fi,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
cleaning, all that kind of stuff, so.
okay, all
All
right,
right,
all right, I'll do that. Thank you, that's all that I have.
good. Next on the agenda is visitors and citizens.
So we skip Jaden.
Forgot
No.
Jaden.
Oh, shoot, Jaden, sorry, you're up, bud.
Morning,
Morning.
happy new year.
Yes.
So first on the agenda is, back in December, we had projects that were let through the DOT with our federal aid funds and farm to market funds. The first one was our Z34 overlay project, which is from City of Preston going north to the Damon Bridge, about 5 miles. So the DOT held the letting. They sent us the results from it, which I was quite pleased with, because the two bids that were received were less than what we were estimating. But the first step is for use the board to accept the lowest responsive bid for the project, and then once that's done, I can do the transitions in our system through the DOT. But so for that project, the lowest bid was from Matthew Construction, doing business as River City Paving, and the amount of $2,354,537.92.
$537.92.
Yes, so 2.354,537.92.
I know I read in one of the emails that I think it was you that sent out that when you had to rebid one project because it was because of inflation at one time, and we had to be in a certain parameter of the bid should be in a certain parameter of your estimate, I should say, like 100 to 105 or 90 to 110%. Is that a case, or you said it come in less, did it come in a lot less?
Well, so we were estimating 2.75. And it
Well,
came out
that's
to 2.3, so
substantial.
$400,000-ish dollars. But no, we were estimating that, so it's not like it's $400,000 too
Yeah.
high, we have the funds available through there's federal aid money, or STBG money applied to this too. So out of that, like 1.35 million is STBG money. This is also the project that had HSIP funds for our paved shoulders and all that. So that was $400,000 worth, and the remainder of the project is gonna come out of our FM. So.
But from one estimate to the actual bid, it's substantial enough to say, hey, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it's not like when doing my estimate, it's not like I overestimated each individual item.
Sure.
I just went off of what we previously have seen here with our bids with asphalt and also what the DOT average are. But it just shows it's a competitive market right now, which is good for us.
I've heard that from other contractors, that it's real competitive.
So Lisa's got the resolution number for this, because this will take a resolution to accept the lowest responsive bid, and then to authorize me to do all the contract signing and stuff through Doc Express with the DOT, where the contractor then receives it and all that.
So this is the resolution for the award for the pavement rehabilitation project on Z34. If that is, then it's resolution 1090-01-02-2025.
I'll make a motion to approve that resolution.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nin, second by Mike to approve resolution 1090-01-02-2025 to award the pavement rehabilitation project on Z34 with the company of Matthew Construction doing business as River City Paving in the amount of $2,354,537.92. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Resolution passes.
And then next is same deal. It was let through the DOT in December, but this was for our project of our E23Y fog seal, otherwise known as Iron Bridge Road. And this will be just like we did last year or this past summer on Z15 from Springbrook to Highway 52. Same thing, only this project is going on Iron Bridge Road from Highway 62 all the way to the Iron Bridge. And we had, how many bids for that? We had 3 bids on that, and they also were lower than my estimate, so that's good as well. But this project, the lowest responsive bidder was Asphalt Surface Technologies, AKA Aztec Corp. And their bid was $105,754.76. So, same thing again, resolution to accept the lowest bid and then to authorize myself to do all the transitioning of documents.
I don't recognize the name. Have you worked with this company before?
Yep, they're the same ones that did our Z15.
Okay.
Fog seal, so
That's why the first time we had fog seal.
It is, yep, and as I'm going through our draft 5-year program right now, we're gonna do more of them too on our asphalts that we've done in the last 5 years to help preserve and maintain them,
Really looks nice, yeah.
so.
I mean, I hope not only looks nice, but I hope it does its job.
Mhm.
I would make the motion to pass the resolution as presented.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Lynn, and this would be to approve resolution 1091-01-02-2025 to award the fog seal project bid for E23Y to Asphalt Surface Technologies Corp. in the amount of $105,754.96. Any other discussion? Go ahead and take a roll. Or all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion, resolution passes.
And last, I had on there to approve a final voucher for our Y61 overlay, but I'm gonna recommend to table it until next time, simply due to the fact that, I need the prime or the general contractor to sign off on it first in order for you guys, basically the form that you guys would sign off at, or the board chair would sign as the final approval is the form that shows that the contractor has approved it, and they just have not made the approvals yet. They sent an email, they're good with it, 'cause it's just releasing the retainage is all the final payment is, but they just have not done their part yet, so my recommendation to table that until next meeting. When they hopefully have it signed.
Do we have to do anything that's on your, I guess it's on your agenda? I would make that motion.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to table final voucher approval for Y61 HMA overlay. And we'll table that till next Tuesday,
Yes, the 7th, right?
the 7th.
Yes.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Dave?
Nope, that's all I had. I know our secondary road crews are out there, cutting brush on various roads countywide and from what I'm seeing, it's looking good. Not only the fact of the trees being removed and stuff, but also when they're trimming, they're taking the pole saws and cutting at the base of the trees to make it look nice. So with it being the winter time that we're in and no snow to move, I know they've been busy countywide cutting brush on trees where required, so just encourage them to keep up the good work, because I do appreciate what they're doing.
We all do.
I know, for example, like Z15, one we just fog sealed last year, there was quite a few trees that have been cut on that one. There's various other ones, but they're after it. In my opinion, it's looking good.
Okay, any idea when the contractor is gonna come back and do
It's-
right aways, or it is New Year?
It is the new year,
So
so
I didn't know if you got
I haven't heard yet. I can reach out to him and see. I know he was planning on sometime after the first of the year, which we are now there, so he's got till March 31st, but I know it'll be done sooner than that, but I will reach out to him and see what his plan
And
is
all
for that.
we're good on Mill Creek as far as snags and trees and who wants what and.
Yeah, so it's what's shown, or what was decided to be cleared is in the right of way. I foresee it being some more effort as far as coordination or cooperation, I guess, with us and the property owner and the contractor, everybody involved, to just determine what is best way to proceed. We're gonna cut the trees. I guess it's just a matter of, okay, if it's one that's right at the right of way and isn't encroaching on, or could it just be simply trimmed versus fully cut, working, stuff like that, but there's no question, a large portion of those trees are not too far from the edge of the road and leaning almost entirely over the road that just, they need to go.
Right,
But,
Well, they had plenty of opportunity.
that's what I just
Yeah.
wanna make sure things that were specified and stated,
Mhm.
if those timeframes are all passed, we're gonna go through and do what we need to do, and things should have been handled before then,
Mhm.
so.
And again, we're doing this for safety of the roads,
Right.
for the snow and ice. We're doing it to avoid overtime call-ins, so we're trying to be
Yeah.
And Mill
feasible
Creek
that
is-
way.
And with what we're doing, if there's an example of a success, Mill Creek, it seems to be a lot easier to travel.
Mhm.
And it's between clearing the right of ways out and the retrieval process. That's a lot more of a stable road, so to speak, so.
Yeah, and I also took pictures of areas that haven't been brush cut yet on that road, where the rest of it has, but on the part that hasn't yet. Last fall, this past, well, it was last fall or summer, whatever the case was, but previous to now, there was a pretty large tree branch that was overhanging the road, or hanging on the road. The only thing that was keeping it from falling entirely on the road was it got caught up in some branches on its way down. And it's literally just hanging there, and it's like, it's
Which
stuff
is
like,
another safety issue,
Yeah,
because
it's
that can come at any time.
yeah, God forbid, it's anybody, or let alone a school bus, you know, with kids that travel that road. It's like, it's stuff like that that's what we're trying to address, is stuff like that. The thawing of our roads in the winter time, the easier maintenance, all that stuff. It's not to just purposely cut trees
It's
down.
not because we hate trees, because that's not the case.
When we had the ice event a couple of weeks ago, I didn't get any complaints with Mill Creek. Did you guys hear anything? Cause that, on the west side of Mill Creek, there's a fairly steep road with everything being cleared out, and the ditches being retrieved. It has a kind of an ominous look about it, you know. There's a, you know, but I didn't hear anything. Did you guys hear
I did
anything?
not.
Did that road clean up pretty quick, or was
Yeah,
it?
we didn't have any overtime. We didn't get any calls or reports from Lost Center as far as tree branch down or anything to go out there. So
Or even just drivable surface? Did it drain off enough, or did it freeze, or was?
yeah, and our graders also countywide V-picked all the gravel roads. That makes a huge
Yeah.
difference in itself. And that road was reclaimed on our first year doing it, so it had a crown to it. So when they V-pick, they can expose more rock that way too, versus trying to V-pick a flat road. So,
Right.
but no, I haven't received any word from like law enforcement or school officials or anything as far as trouble on that road.
Cool.
But,
Keep up the good work.
yeah, we'll let our guys know, because I appreciate their efforts on doing all that, or everything they do, but especially this time of year with the tree and brush.
We do too.
Thank you much, sir.
Yep, thank you guys.
Next up is visitors and citizens portion. I don't see, is there anybody logged in, or is it?
I don't see anyone.
With that, we'll move on. Luann, Executive Assistant, you're back up.
Being doubled this morning.
Did so well the first time we had you back.
There you go. We'll start with the calendar. Tomorrow, Friday, January 3rd at 1 p.m., the Regional Governing Board special meeting in Davenport or by Zoom. For Jack and Nin's the alternate. Monday, January 6th at noon is a DCAT meeting for Mike in DeWitt or by Zoom. And our next regular meeting will be on Tuesday, January 7th at 9 a.m. That night at 6 p.m. will be the first conference board meeting downstairs in the community room for all of you. And if, just in case, it's a bad weather night, the alternate night is the 9th, that Thursday. All right. First piece of business I have today is designating the official 2025 newspapers. I did receive requests to be in your packet from the Coconut Sentinel Press, Bellevue Herald Leader, and the Preston Times, which are the usual official newspapers. So looking for a motion to appoint those three papers as the official 2025 newspapers.
And is it a requirement that we have to do all three?
It's required, that has to be done today, first meeting of the year.
I thought at one time we were, if there is more than one, that we had to treat them all the same, no?
I think so.
More a matter of making sure we cover the county,
Yeah.
I think is more the concern.
Yeah, it is, I mean, maybe it's up for discussion sometime in budget season, but it is rather expensive,
I mean, when
The
you have
new-
to publish
what-
the same thing in
so
all
what
three.
did the new law do for us last year? Legislation passed about electronic notices,
I think they have to put it out to the web.
is that all we're required to do now?
No, no, no. I don't
Because
think
we
so.
have a paper, we still
We
have
have
to,
it, that's right.
For those that don't have a newspaper,
they can do it by just web,
Yeah,
but
we are
since we have a
certified.
paper,
That we are served by, I mean,
But it's gonna be awful hard to not say that one paper is more important than the other. Okay, I would make that motion. That those papers are our official newspapers.
I'll second that.
we got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve designating the official newspapers for 2025 to the Macocata Sentinel Press, Bellevue Telegraph Herald, and the Preston Times. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. The other thing we're required to do in the first week of the year is to make our appointment to the 7th Judicial Department of Corrections Board, which NIN has been doing. So all of those positions are always up for grab on the first meeting of the year. So if anything changes you want, that today's when we talk about them, but that one we have to make, so.
I would make a motion that we reappoint Nin to that position.
Gentlemen, can I second that?
I
You
think
can
vacate the chair.
I'll vacate the chair and second that.
Okay.
We got a motion and a second to appoint Nin to the 7th Judicial Board of Corrections Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I reassume the chair, I guess.
Mhm.
All right, Nick.
All right, next piece of business is to make the Jackson County Economic Alliance appointments to their board. Right now, Don is one of our appointees to that board. And I believe it's been Rick Kilberg,
Ryan.
Ryan. yes.
Ryan Kilmer.
Can't find it on my sheet. So what do you want to do with the Economic Alliance appointments today?
Oh, are you comfortable on that board yet, or? No? I would make a motion to reappoint Don to the position.
Are you
Appointment.
reappointing just Don or are you reappointing?
Reappoint, is Ryan's up also? You gotta reappoint both every year?
Yes,
I thought they were normally a 2-year commitment.
they are, but because you are elected officials,
Yeah, but he's not.
no, but he's your appointment.
Oh.
He's the supervisor's appointment. That's why it's every year.
I would make the motion to reappoint both Don and Ryan as presented.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to reappoint Rick Kilberg and myself to the Jackson County Economic. Ryan Kilberg, excuse me, Ryan Kilberg and myself to the Jackson County Economic Alliance Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Right. I did put in your binders, the list of the 2024 committee assignments. These are all the outside boards that the three of you serve on. I don't know if you want to make any changes to that for 2025, but if you'd like to do that, today would be the day to do that.
As far as my part goes, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I mean, you get accustomed to past discussion and such. There's other changes that need to be made. I know there's a couple positions where the board chair will have to take my spot.
Right.
It's open for discussion for me.
I'm okay with what I have.
Okay, I'm just looking to see like with REAP and mutual aid compact. Area substance abuse, how often do they meet? You know, or
REAP meets every 2 years, so they'll meet in 2025. Area substance abuse, I'm not sure I've seen them meet
okay.
since I've been here.
I'm comfortable for now, I guess.
And can that be changed
We can address that if need be or whatever, correct?
as needed?
Who's on those?
Yeah,
It depends. Sometimes it's stipulated that it's the board chair, like the REAP is stipulated that it's the board chair. And the
yeah,
item
but some of
usually,
the other ones, if we get there and we wanna
I think we can move
change
it
things
around
around.
if you need to, yes.
All right,
I have one question.
Yeah.
Sorry, if I can ask it, please. So is the Together We Build Board, is that a yearly thing? It's not on here.
It's not on here and I haven't really got a clear answer on that. I know we need to make those appointments. I've got it on for next week, but I had heard no discussion about what we were going to do for when it had to be done.
Okay.
I don't know if it was ever ready.
See, I wasn't sure when
It's new.
when they started and when they
Yeah.
ended, I guess that was mine.
That's, yes, I haven't had the information that way either, so.
Do we have it?
I don't know that it's stated it in their,
In their bylaws.
in
No,
their,
there's just, the only thing it stated was the 3 designees for ours extension and the fair board.
Right, but the other ones, it gave a time frame of when they should go off.
I think it was 4 year.
I think
It
it's
was
a
either
3-year
3 or 4 years,
rotation.
yeah.
But
We can check
with
it.
it be, yeah,
That'd
with
be
it
my only
being,
question. Yeah,
with it being a startup, one was a 1-year term, one was a 2-year, and one was a 3-year. They did like a ABC. But I don't know, I don't recall exactly how that went. Who was a 1, who was a 2, and who was a 3, so.
That's all I had for you.
Do we need to take action on?
Oh, yes, please, just
Make a
to
motion to
keep the
stay with
appointments
the
the
same
same.
committee assignment list that we have, except for replacing Don where Mike was the board chair.
I will second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the supervisor committee and board assignments as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other business?
I think that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Next up is boards and commission reports. Does anybody have anything? We
I
didn't-
haven't met with the
Limestone.
holidays.
Yeah, right.
Limestone Bluffs, we met, but it was just more of a social, kind of gathering just to actually get, it's the first time I met half the board face to face. You know, in the age of Zoom, it's a lot. It's difficult at times, so. Anything else for the good of the board?
I'd make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Have a good 2025, everybody. Have a good day.